Hi everyone, it's Gary Nicholson here for weatherweb.net. This is your look ahead video today on Tuesday the 28th of October. Let's see how things are shaping up for the rest of the week and into early November then. And we've had quite an active cold front making its way southwards through the course of today. This is the radar picture cycling through from around 11 o'clock this morning to around 5 o'clock this evening. And some really heavy falls of rain have moved across the parts of the Lake District, southern parts of Scotland too, and got into North Wales, West Wales as well through this afternoon. That rain though, the front, as you can see, fading away fairly quickly now as it's moving through into the Midlands. Still some rain to come this evening across the central parts of England, but nothing as heavy as what has affected more northwestern areas through today. You can finally see that western Scotland has got clear of this rain, just some showers moving on to the far northwestern Highlands, but compared to recent day, nothing of the heavy downpours and deluges that have persisted here for day after day. The visible satellite picture from earlier this afternoon as well, showing nicely the frontal zone making its way southwards, and the sunshine which kept temperatures very mild again in the southeastern corner of England, temperatures again into the high teens this afternoon here. But let's have a look at how things are developing over the next few days. And you can get all these charts, of course, on the weatherweb.net homepage. Let's just see where things are progressing over the days ahead then. This is Wednesday's chart first of all. High pressure has built in across northern parts of the country overnight and into Wednesday. Clearing skies mean a chilly start to Wednesday morning across Scotland and northern England, with a little bit of frost in rural areas and also some fog patches after all that rain that has fallen during today. Southern areas though, a much different day, cloudy with persistent rain on and off through the day, just patchy drizzly rain from many areas, but a few heavier bursts mixed in from time to time. I think the south coast of England, southern counties, seeing some of the heavier rain for a while, and then the rain and drizzle gradually making its way back northwards as this warm front then spreads its way back towards the north. For northern areas though, a bright sunny day with some decent spells of sunshine coming through, although feeling quite a bit cooler than recent times. For Thursday, warm front making its way back northwards again, so warm air soon moving back across the country. Patchy rain and drizzle making its way northwards overnight. Quite a cloudy, dull day, I think, for many areas. Maybe just getting some brightness spreading into the south and into the afternoon with some warmer temperatures coming through here. A warm one to come again on Friday with the wind coming in from the south and the southwest once again. Temperatures back similar to today in the south with some sunshine breaking through quite widely. Could be reaching the high teens, 19 Celsius again across many central southern regions. Best of the sunshine across England and Wales. A bit more in the way of cloud, perhaps some drizzly outbreaks of rain into more western regions and across Scotland. This cold front then spreading in from the west introduces rain later on in the day across Ireland and into Northern Ireland as well. Through into the weekend, and we've got a southwesterly pattern with us, with most rain always concentrated out towards more western regions. Eastern parts of the country looking like staying that bit drier for a good part of the day on Saturday and staying mild. I think cloud spilling its way eastwards and some patchy rain moving through from time to time. For Sunday, low pressure is in charge and centred away towards the northwest. We've got a brisk southwesterly pattern and periods of rain moving through from west to east. Looks like a frontal band will be across more central southern parts of England, so somewhere in this sort of zone is likely to see rain for a more prolonged period through the day on Sunday. Of course, difficulties in the exact details of this one, but a breezy day and generally quite unsettled. Looking at the bigger picture then, this is the GFS ensemble chart as we go through the days ahead. This is the chart for today. Just skip that through a few days and see how things are developing. That big ridge in the upper air pattern pushing its way northwards again, so allowing the warm air to push north from Spain, Portugal, across France into the south of Britain. This is go through into Friday. There's a low developing away towards the northwest and gradually pushing its way across the country, and that upper trough then as we go through into the start of next week. Much cooler air likely to be spreading in from the northwest. That could be the theme as we start the early part of November. So after the very warm or mild end to this week, a big switch round to cooler air as we go through into Monday and Tuesday of next week. Taking that a few days further ahead then, and that cooler northwest of the air is with us. Gradually though, it looks like a ridge trying to build in back from the Atlantic, so maybe just settling down a bit for a day or so in the middle part of next week before going back into more of a westerly pattern and generally still unsettled. I think a cooler westerly pattern than we had in this recent time, so more air coming round from the North Atlantic as opposed to recently where it's been feeding in more from the southwest. Just a quick glance at the European ensemble model. This is for the 4th of November, so through into the early part of next week. Again, we're sticking with that theme of the upper trough across the country and then pulling in a gradual, more westerly pattern as we go through into the middle part of the week. So some similarities there in those two models. Just a glance at the operational run of the European model, so always the details are a little bit more hard to trust on this. It's trying to resolve things a little bit more finely, but just showing the big trough coming across the country and that cooler air mass generally in place. The details of this will be treacherous to follow as we go through into next week, but the theme is there, that the big upper trough digging in towards Western Europe, rain getting across France and Spain, and low pressure generally in the vicinity of the British Isles. Let's just have a quick glance at the Canadian model. This is through into the weekend and the start of next week as well. It's that main theme with that northwesterly pattern getting in, the trough digging down, a little bit more into Spain and Portugal, a bit more of an elongated feature, but still it's that northwesterly pattern as we start next week. I think the Canadian then is a bit keener to try and get more of a west-southwesterly back in, so we just want to keep an eye on that model. And I'll finish off with this chart for today. It foretells the story overall, really. The mild temperatures at the back end of this week, then the drop off as we go through into early next week, and indications from the GFS ensemble at least that temperatures stay on the cooler side as we go through into the early part of November. So the last gasp of truly mild air this weekend and Friday, Saturday before going much cooler as we head into November. And of course, we'll keep you right up to date with all the very latest here at weatherweb.net. For now though, thank you very much for watching this latest look ahead video, and bye for now.